Welcome back. We have some breaking news coming in from the United Nations. China yesterday placed a hold on a joint proposal from India to list Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rauf Azhar. He's one of the masterminds of the Indian Airlines Flight 814 hijack. They wanted to list him under the United Nations Security Council sanctions. That has now been blocked. Remember, Azhar is the brother of the Jaish-e-Mohammed founder and leader Masood Azhar. He's said to have been the main conspirator who planned and executed the hijacking of IC-814 that was traveling from the Tribhuvan airport in Kathmandu, Nepal to the IGI in Delhi. This is all the way back in 1999. Now, this last-minute hold that was put forth by Beijing on this proposal was going to actually subject Azhar to a global travel ban and to an asset freeze. Such a move had already been agreed upon by 15 members of the Security Council Sanction Committee. But then, obviously, as you can see, you had China block the move. Now, as we've already said, Rauf was also handling all Kashmir operations. He was also the younger brother of Masood Azhar, who, remember, is the founder of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Now, China is the only country, as we've already said, at the UNSC. Remember, that is the United Nations Security Council. He's the only member on the UNSC to go ahead and block this. The United States was backing this. Remember, Abdul Rauf Azhar, one of the masterminds of the Indian Airlines Flight 814 hijack more than 20 years ago. He was also, as we've already said, the brother of the Jaish-e-Mohammed founder and leader Masood Azhar. Now, we're going to have a colleague join us in just a few seconds to bring us more details on this entire development. But it's important to look at this in context. This is the second time that China has used its veto in support in this manner. In this way, it is seen to almost be supporting Pakistan. And this is the second time they would have done so in just the last few months. In June, you had China place a hold on a joint proposal of the US and India to list Abdul Rahim Makki under the United Nations Security Council sanctions. That hold was put by Beijing on a proposed move to list the US designated terrorist and brother-in-law as a global terrorist. So you've seen similar moves like this before, as closely as in June. We will try to bring you more details about this move, though. As we said, it took place on Wednesday, where you saw China place a hold on this proposal. This proposal, as we've already said, was put forth by India. And according to that proposal, you would have ended up listing the Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rauf Azhar. Remember, he is, as we've already said, one of the masterminds of the Indian Airlines Flight 814 hijack. If it had gone through, he would have been listed under the United Nations Security Council sanctions. Now, as we've said already, he is said to have been the main conspirator who planned and executed the hijacking all the way back in 1999. My colleague Abhishek Jha is with us right now to bring us a lot more context on this story. Abhishek, if you could bring us more context. We've filled our audiences in right now on who Abdul Rauf Azhar is. But typically, when China blocks it, as it has done, what are the next steps then for India? What options does India have left?
So there are two, layers of this story. First, who is Abdul Rauf Azhar? He is the close associate and a family member, and he's also believed to be the sibling of Maulana Masood Azhar. Remember, Maulana Masood Azhar is the same person who was released as a ransom when India's commercial plane, Air India plane, was hijacked and taken to Kabul. And in the wake of that negotiation, Maulana Masood Azhar was released, and he then went on to establish Jaish-e-Mohammed, which, continued, terrorizing various cities across India, including Mumbai attack, Pathankot Air Base attack, Parliament House attack, and also in the 2019 of February, it was in Pulwama that terrorist attack that killed 40 security personnel. Rauf Azhar is sibling, or is believed to be the sibling of the same person. India and US jointly moved a resolution in United Nations Security Council to ban his movement and freeze his assets so that there could be some punitive action against this terrorist leader. However, since the United Nations Security Council mandates that all 15 members have to support any such resolution, and now China has put a technical hold, this proscribing process cannot take place further. And this is currently this is delayed because China has apparently said that it needs more time to study this case, and also it needs to confirm the evidences which has been provided by the countries who have moved this resolution to ban Abdul Rauf with his domestic norms also. So in this whole scenario, currently the situation looks like this technical hold is going to delay this process of proscribing Rauf Azhar. And in the past, you have seen India had to wait for years before Masood Azhar was finally proscribed under United Nations Sanction Committee 1267. And this time also, we are not sure when China will actually come on the side of rest of the 14 members of United Nations Security Council. China currently holds the presidency of United Nations Security Council as well. And this could be some, there has to be some more diplomatic understanding and negotiation before maybe China would have a considerate view of Indian opinion about this proscribing of Rauf Azhar. And probably then it will be only possible to proscribe him.
If you could also walk us through the United States' role in this entire story, please.
In the past also, India, there has been diplomatic fears of India when India was not part of United Nations Security Council, the 15-member grouping. Still, India had countries where which got diplomatic support in proscribing Masood Azhar. Remember, during the banning of Masood Azhar, France, UK, and Russia was also supportive of India's stance, and they had moved a joint resolution regarding banning of Masood Azhar. This time also, India itself is a member of United Nations Security Council, but it also needed major support from one of the P5 nations. So USA being one of the member which has the power of veto in as a elite group of UN Security Council's 5-member grouping. So UN and India together made this move to ban Rauf Azhar and to freeze his assets and restrict his movement across the globe, because the kind of nexus and the terrorist network he has built that runs from Pakistan to various parts of other countries also. We have seen that Ruchira Kamboj, who is the permanent representative of India in United Nations Security Council, she has raised the issue of Daesh and IS, the terrorist groups, now resurging its face in African countries. There has already been enough of support and harboring of terrorist groups in Taliban ruled Afghanistan as of now. We have seen how Al-Qaeda's supreme commander Al-Zawahiri was killed recently by a US drone attack, despite Taliban denying that it is harboring or letting any terrorist or criminal live on its soil. So
Abhishek, just stay with us for a second, because we also have a guest with us right now. Major General KK Sinha is with us. He's a defense expert. We're going to go over to him right now for more context on the story. General, thank you so much for joining us this morning on CNN News 18. General, just for our audiences, could you give us more perspective? This is a step back, obviously, for the country, but still give our audiences more perspective on how we should view this.
Yeah. This move shows two things. First thing, that China is still carrying on what he was doing it with Azhar Masood, and trying to block, the terrorism for which we have been trying, and the whole world. This move was basically by India and United States of America, but once again, China has backed the terrorism, and especially from the soil of Pakistan and Afghanistan, PACAP region. See, this move shows two things. One thing is that China was trying to, activate Al-Badr against India. Now, this particular move, because we all know Azhar Masood is not now in Pakistan. He is he is in Afghanistan, and it is the Haqqani network which is controlling them. The terror network, especially the IS Khorasan model, which is taking shape in this area. What we have seen, the United States now exerting, to eliminate Al-Qaeda. But Al-Qaeda is getting, slightly much better ground. And with IS Khorasan model, a new terrorism epicenter is, coming into the PACAF region. So now this move is a very dangerous move. It exposes China. It exposes that China is not doing the things we are supposed to do for the world peace. So